I binged the Sherri Papini documentary this weekend, and I need to talk to somebody about it ASAP.
She's the one that created the panini?
No, she did not create the panini. It's Papini, not panini. 1-855-BERT Show, 855-237-8746. Is she a liar or is she a truth teller? Is she the victim? Is she the villain? Whose side are you on here? Because you are getting two completely different stories. And the problem is she lied out the gate. So I'm going to lay it out real quick for you as there's a lot of detail here. So if you're not familiar, don't call, but you can listen, and it's a fascinating look into someone's mindset as to why she lied and whether we should believe her now. Because if it's if you're once a liar, are you always a liar?
Okay.
So what had happened was last year there was a documentary that came out called Perfect Wife on Hulu. All right. And it's about Sherri Papini and her husband, Keith. Back in 2016, she went missing. They found her phone, some pieces of her hair. 22 days later, they find her on the side of the road. A man drives up. He calls 911. She had been missing for 22 days. She's got a chain around her. She's got bruises. She has a brand on her back. And she said that she had been kidnapped and then released. So the authorities are involved, obviously, because for 22 days, they're trying to find her. This is a mother of two. This is a wife. She's the quintessential, perfect wife, which is why they called the documentary that. She's beautiful, she's blonde. So of course this got national attention and it was everywhere. So now she's returned. She's being interviewed by authorities. The FBI gets involved because of this is a kidnapping and abduction. So her husband out the gate tells the local authorities, everybody's been telling me I need to get the FBI involved. So the feds are involved. So this is a huge deal. So for 4 years, they're trying to find the people that kidnapped her. She said 2 Hispanic women pulled up, kidnapped her, took her back, blah, 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 and then for whatever reason, released her. Well, come to find out, the 2 Hispanic women never existed. It was her ex-fiance that she was with, all right? So they go, the FBI, they hunt, they figure it all out because there was some DNA on her sweatpants. She never mentioned anything about a man being involved. It was always women. They find male DNA on sweatpants and they figure out and they connect it back to James, her ex-fiance. So they go to him. He says that they had been communicating on burner phones. She had been having an emotional affair on her husband. And she had reached out to him to come pick her up. He goes and picks her up for 22 days. She stays with him. The brand that's on her back, he says she requested that he did that. He said she would she beat herself up, etc.
How do you brand yourself on the back?
She does. He did it, but she asked him to do that.
Ah, okay.
She asked him to do that, but she did other things, right? So it all comes out. It goes to court. She's sentenced to a year in prison for lying. She has a bunch of money she has to pay back. And of course, the world hates her, right? Everybody hates her. Well, now fast forward to this year. She's ready to tell her side of the story. And she does a documentary with HBO Max called Sherri Papini, Caught in the Lie. There's a 4-part series that I watched this weekend. So you're listening to her now tell her side of the story. And she says, listen, there are things I lied about. However, one thing is true. I was abducted. I was kidnapped, and I was abducted by my ex, James, and he did all these things to me.
I guess, unfortunately, if you lie about one thing, then everybody just assumes, well, if you lied about that 1 or 2 things, then how can we trust you with the rest of it?
So you're going to hear the trailer. And as you're watching the show, her psychologist is in it. There's also another outside psychologist, saying that 2 things can be true at the same time. You can be a liar and you can also be a victim. Her parents are in it. The authorities, the FBI, that was the lead on it, and the other authorities. So you're getting all of his input. And then Sherri is telling her side of the story for the very first time, everything that happened. And she's blaming it all on James. Right. I'd love to get Andrea on because we both watched it. She also, I want to tell everybody, Sherri Papini did a lie detector test. Like, the documentary put her through a lot of stuff, right? Like, she's like, I'm doing this to clear my name. She did a lie detector test, and she passed a lot of it. So, Andrea, after you watch that, do you believe her? Is she the victim or is she the villain?
I still believe that she's the villain. Yeah. I feel like it was so cruel what she did to her kids alone, and then the way that she just lied her way through it. I don't think that there's any way that she's credible, and I think she's just trying to win everybody back by putting up a sob story, basically.
Did you see at the end of the documentary when she was asking, do you think this is going to do more harm than good?
I don't know if I did. If I do remember seeing that part, sorry.
No, it's okay. It was like, it's the very last thing, because she's sitting there and she's being interviewed, and you can see her take a beat, and she's like, and she's asking the producers, do you think this is going to do more harm than good for my reputation?
So she's that concerned about it still.
Oh, yeah.
Is that your point?
Yeah, absolutely. It was just crazy because, and then after the lie detector test, because they're asking her this stuff, and there was some things that were still resonating as being deceptive, but there's other stuff that he's like, yeah, this is, you're being truthful. Now, of course, lie detectors you have to take with a grain of salt, and that's the reason why they're not admissible in court, because they're not reliable. But this woman, what she is alleging against this guy, James, and what she's alleging against her husband and what she's saying about her husband, it's like, all right, well, yeah, you definitely lied about some stuff, but are you also the victim of an abduction? Like, who do you believe?
I'm confused as to what was her motive for lying in the first place.
Okay, so as far as a motive goes, she was caught talking to another man after they got married. Keith made her sign a post-nuptial agreement that if he ever caught her cheating again, he was going to take her for everything and the kids. She was having an emotional affair with James. James was threatening to out it or whatever, so she went to meet him, and that's when he abducted her, and she couldn't say anything about James for fear of losing her kids.
Got it.
Wow. What's the name of the show again?
It's okay. So the new one, the original is called Perfect Wife. That's her husband's side of the story. Now it's Sherri Papini caught in the lie, and it was just released on HBO Max. And you watch it, and like, is she the victim or is she the villain?
I'm going villain.
Villain too.
I feel like if you're going to lie about one thing to cover up your reputation, you will go to any lengths to try and skew the narrative. And that's what it sounds like to me.
The Bert Show.